Formed as the 29th state of India, Telangana came into being on 2nd of June 2024. The Telangana region was part of the Hyderabad state from 17 September 1948 to 1st November 1956 until it was merged with Andhra state to form Andhra Pradesh. After decades of movement for a separate state, Telangana was created by passing the AP State Reorganisation Bill in both houses of Parliament. The state has an area of 1,12,077 square kilometre and has a population of over 3.5 crore according to 2011 census. The literacy rate stands at 66.54%, with male literacy rate at 75.04% and female literacy rate at 57.99%. Telugu is the official language along with Urdu and Hindi. English is widely used for official purposes. Key contributors to the economy are sectors like IT, pharmaceuticals, biotechnology, agriculture and textiles. Notable tourism attractions are Charminar, Golconda Fort and Chow Mohalla Palace, along with Ramoji Film City, Warangal Fort and Thousand Pillar Temple. Dasari Kondappa is the Padma Awardee from the state. Sportspersons are Sania Mirza, who is an international tennis star, and Mohammad Azharuddin, Indian cricket team's former captain. Major Rohit Suri is the military awardee. He was awarded the nation's second highest peacetime gallantry award, Kirti Chakra, for his outstanding courage, leadership and supreme sacrifice. And in this edition, Sansad TV speaks exclusively to the Governor of Telangana.
Hello and a very warm welcome viewers. You're watching the special presentation of Sansad TV State Scan with your host Kriti Mishra. And this edition is streaming from Raj Bhavan of Telangana. And joining us is a very special guest, Honorable Governor of Telangana, Mr. Jishnu Dev Varma. So welcome to Sansad TV and thank you so much for joining us.
Namaskar.
So let's begin talking about early political years of your life. You joined the BJP in the early 1990s. Then of course you became the Deputy Chief Minister of the state of Tripura. Take us to the early political journey of your life.
We started our political journey actually before 90 also, but actively from 90 because I stood in elections from early 90s, so they counted from 90s. But we were political activists prior to that date. And in those days in Tripura or Northeast as a whole, BJP was not a very well known party. It was the Congress, the other party of the Congress, the regional parties of Northeast, and in Tripura it was the Congress and the CPIM which were well known, and people thought I was some sort of crazy to join a party which didn't have very much presence in Tripura or even in the Northeast. So we were, we worked from the grassroots level to form a party and to struggled a lot to establish a party, and it is very, very good to see that the party has flourished and we have a strong presence and governments in the Northeast, Manipur, Tripura, Assam, and we are in alliance with other states. So it's very fruitful to see that the seedling that we planted has bearing so much, it's become a huge tree and is bearing so much of fruit, and people are prospering. Northeast has changed its, its landscape from being a very troubled area to a developing area. And just now the Prime Minister celebrated a huge celebration in Bharat Mandapam, Mahotsav, Ashtalakshmi Mahotsav. It's a beautiful thing that today Northeast is in the center of things. There is no question of periphery and mainland. We are very much part of the mainland activity, whatever you call the mainland, we are very much there. There is no question of periphery and one corner, this corner. Today Northeast is in the center stage of Indian development. That is one of the wonderful things that we have seen.
So I can see your keen interest in the development of Northeast, and I'm also reminded of the fact that you served as the chairman of the Northeast Regional Power Committee. Now the government has undivided focus on Northeast. It says that it's not about look east. Now the focus is on act east. How has that vision translated into reality and changed the landscape of Northeast?
The whole slogan look east was something very quite vague, because it projected Northeast as some mysterious land which was far away, a Shangri-La type of thing. But Modi ji changed the whole thing and said act east. We must develop Northeast faster than anything else, and the development must be sustainable there, because the ecosystem are very fragile there. So we started this, and when I was the power committee chairman, we put a lot of stress on renewable energy, because that will put less stress on the ecological system of the region, and it would be friendly to the tribals, the marginalized people, and we wanted to make them power generators, how to get the tribals into the into the fold, and that was very, very interesting, inspiring journey that I had. I was there for some time, and all the power ministers of the Northeast contributed a whole lot of innovative thinking to how to make power inclusive, because power was just not electricity. Power is power nowadays. Earlier, power meant electricity transformers and isolators and electric lines. Today, power means lighting up people's lives. It's the question of lighting up people's life, and we put a lot of stress on renewable energy, which is I think very sustainable and very good effort.
And how was the stint of being the Deputy Chief Minister of the state of Tripura?
I was there 5 years, Deputy Chief Minister, looking after very key portfolios like rural development, panchayats and power and finance, science and technology, and a whole lot, planning and coordination. It was very fulfilling, because there was so much work to do. The earlier governments had left the the development plan was ad hoc. We want to do something more sustainable, more holistic. So the holistic approach to development under the leadership of Modi ji took place, and we all put in our efforts and a lot of hard work. And today Tripura is on the way, marching ahead proudly in India, and becoming one of the best governed states. Repeatedly by a lot of organizations have voted it to be one of the best managed or best administered states. And it's a matter of pride that today we have in place of one national highway, we already have 6 and 3 more on route. So there's a tremendous change that is taking place. People who visit Tripura after 5 years, 6 years tell me that there's tremendous change. We don't see so much of it because we live there all the time, but people who come after 5 years, 6 years to Tripura have told me that there's tremendous change in Tripura, and then I look around, I see, yes, it has changed, and it is very nice, and the effort now is to make development inclusive. How to take to the Janjati, the people of the tribes, indigenous people along with us. Because if we say Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, they have to include, and Sabka Prayas, we have to include them in their effort also. They must make efforts to make their own development, and the government has to be a catalyst in that. So we are very, putting a lot of stress on inclusive development, and that is very nice.
Absolutely, sir. The government has to be the catalyst of progress, and of course we are seeing the changes in the state of Tripura. But talking about your journey from Tripura to Telangana, you were sworn in as the governor of the state of Telangana on 31st of July 2024. Tell us about the journey so far.
So I thank the Honorable President and the Honorable Prime Minister for sending me to Telangana as governor. It's a very lovely state, and city of Hyderabad is welcoming to all people and is very cosmopolitan. I meet people of all religions, of all communities and all languages. It's a real truly cosmopolitan place, and people of Telangana are very nice and welcoming. And in Telangana also there's a lot of tribal population. There's 5th schedule going on here. So here also my effort as a governor would be to as the state is developing, we must see that the people who are marginalized or living in the margins. Our Modi ji's policy, the last man first, that should become a reality. That would be my effort, and if you ask me now what can the governor do, governor's role is limited to the constitutional head. But it doesn't mean that he shall not work. He shall also have to work, put in something. He's come to the state, he has to try and leave his impression on the state before he leaves. And we have for Raj Bhavan, there's already 5 villages that we have adopted, and 6th one I have adopted, all in tribal areas. And we know the constraints of funds, and Raj Bhavan doesn't have those big funds and doesn't have so much of manpower. But we would like to make impression by creating models which the state government can replicate, or other states can also replicate. So we are on the way to making these villages self-sufficient, stressing on livelihood and connectivity. That's what the tribals actually require, the Janjati actually require. Livelihood and connectivity. Because connectivity is modernity nowadays. Connectivity through road, through internet, through air, through train, that is what modernity is. If we define modernity is stay connected. That is what is today defines modernity or modern days. And the other one is livelihood. Because the livelihood is very important. And of course, with livelihood and connectivity, we would like to encourage sustainability. To see that we do sustainable development. That development does not disturb the ecology of the tribes, or the forests of the tribes, or of the water. So these are very important. These are life-saving elements that save us. And today we are safe still because there are forests there, there are trees there to clean the air for us. There are still clean water to drink. So these are life sustainable ecological truths that must be guarded, and that is how we are trying to progress here. Whatever we do, we will try to do it with excellence. That's why I told my Rajya, whatever small step also we do, we will do it in such a way that people can replicate it. People will say, yes, this is a pilot that can be replicated, that will go into the best practices. So that will be very nice, because in Tripura I had done a very small project, bio villages. In that we put stress, the name is bio villages, people take it for organic farming, but that's not it. It's a holistic development, and the Prime Minister has praised it in his Mann Ki Baat twice because of sustainability. It is known as Bio Village 2.0, taking a bio village one step further into connectivity and livelihoods, eco-friendly livelihoods. So that is what we are trying to do here, and people of Telangana have been very, very cooperative. I have visited many districts. I am still visiting districts, and we will work. We will work, and we will put that theory of the Prime Minister always first, that last man first. The last man has to develop first. Then we will go faster to Viksit Bharat.
So you talked about the role of the governor. I'm reminded of a very important statement made by Honorable Prime Minister of India during the Governors' Conference, where he said that governors have to act as agent between the union and the state, and they also have to reach out to the underprivileged sections of the society. How are you trying to reach out to the underprivileged sections?
Yes, that is the right thing he has said, that it is a bridge. We are a bridge between the centre and the state. It is divided in such a way in the Constitution. And regarding, as I said, the Prime Minister always told us, whether as a minister or as a governor, I have always heard this, that the last man must first come first. That is the concept Antodaya, Antim Vyakti ko pehle. The man standing right at the end of the line must be served first. It's not first come first serve basis, as we say. We don't want that to happen in India. We are a civilization that talks of Antodaya, Antim Vyakti ko pehle. So that is the way we will all work, and that will bring in a holistic development and sustainable development.
So I was reading in the newspaper a very important statement made by you, that women are very important pillars of the society, and they mustn't be job seekers. They should try and become job givers. How do you see the role of women in making India a Viksit Bharat?
I was a minister of SHG, self-help groups of women in Tripura. When I became minister, there was only 4,000. When I left, it was 56,000. So I always found that it is the women are the in the villages can be the generators or the dynamo of growth of the villages. If you want Suraj in the villages, Swaraj so we got in 1947. Now we want Swaraj in the Gramin Swaraj. We want Swaraj in the villages, good governance in the villages, and in that the women have to be involved, because educating a lady of the house is educating the whole family. Making a lady of the house generate income, it generates for the family. That has been realized, and today there is a massive movement under the leadership of Prime Minister. There is a massive movement all over India. They are known as the SHG movements. Before it was tokenism. Today it is almost a revolution. Women are getting empowered, and now I have heard instances of women now generating employment. Some of them have 3 lakh members under them, some have 2 lakh members under them as the SHG groups, and they are very innovative. They plan their own activities. Earlier the planning used to take place from top. Today planning is taking place from below, and this is a practical thing. What the village wants, the village knows. Where the shoe pinches, the woman knows. So it is very beautiful concept the Modi has done, the SHG revolution. It is not a SHG, organization. It's like Swachh Bharat became a movement. So we are going through a women empowerment movement known as the SHG movement, self-help group movement. We have Crorepati Didis, we have Lakhpati Didis. They are all doing very well, and the That's what, and we cannot leave women behind. They are half the society, half the world, half the nation. We cannot leave them behind. We have to take them along in our efforts, and the efforts have to be honest, and empowerment has to be real.
And how are you trying to reach out to the youth of the state?
Telangana is very vibrant. I met a lot of young entrepreneurs, and it is very, very inspiring that what they have achieved. Young people that are in the IT industry, on the pharma industry, in the health industry, or in the education industry have done wonderful job in Telangana. Some should be replicated by people in Northeast and other places of India, and they should be taken as role models, some of these entrepreneurs. And Northeast has a lot of potential, and the link between Northeast and Telangana should be strengthened. We are doing, a lot of people in Northeast are coming for medical treatment here. Many people are coming for education. So some will be going back to Northeast and carrying with them the truth about Telangana, how much it is doing. The youth are vibrant, and the youth should be. The youth today is more aware than what we were when we were young. You today have more facilities. On the palm tops, they have all the information we did not have. We had to go to libraries, we had to see books, we had to read newspapers. Today, the youth are more empowered. So they have to use that empowerment for empowering the weakest. Because unless the society is empowered, unless your state is empowered, your empowerment means little. So your empowerment should be used to empower the people who are living on the margins. That is the message I would like to give the youth, and some of them are doing a very fantastic job.
Absolutely, sir. And before we wind up, I was reading a very interesting thing about you. You also served as the head of the Badminton Association. Do you still get time for it?
Now don't know, but I like sports actually. I am a very sports loving person, because I grew up in a boarding school where sports was compulsory. So I like football. I went to watch football match. I watched the cricket match, and I am fond of badminton, and I was very keen on badminton. I have landed up in Telangana, which is the most famous place for badminton, Gopichand Institute and things like that. So it's very nice to be involved in sports, because sports teaches you many things. That's right. Actually, you learn more on the playfield than you learn in the classroom. That's right. It teaches you companionship, teaches you how to work together, it teaches you how to achieve something together, how to achieve victory together. So these are very this arduous training, and how you must be trained. It requires a lot of compassion, it requires a lot of dedication. All these things sports teach you. Sports is a great teacher. It's a great teacher, and it is a very democratic form of interacting with each other. So this is one of the very nice platforms that sports gives to everyone.
And finally, sir, your message to the people of Telangana.
See, Telangana is a very progressive state, and we want to make that progress more sustainable. And I would, as I said, I would like to tell all the successful people, your success can be doubled by reaching out to the marginal people. So let us all reach out to the people living in the margins. We have to pull them up, we have to take them along for a Viksit Bharat, for a Viksit Telangana. When we say the word Viksit, it becomes as if we are looking at your bank account. It is not that. It is not that term Viksit cannot be translated into English. It's an Indian term. It means Vikas, a land with Vikas, and Vikas means fulfillment. So nothing is fulfilled unless we take the women along, unless we take the marginalized people along, unless we take the tribals along, unless we take the SCs, everyone along with us. Then it will be a fulfilled Bharat, a Viksit Bharat, a Vikashshil Bharat, as we say. As in, in Upanishad it has been defined, Purna Muda, Purna Midang, Purnat, Purna Mudichyate, Purnasya, Purna Madaya, Purna Meva Vashishyate. That is the dream of a Viksit Bharat. Paripurna Bharat, with all religions, all castes, all genders, people from all backward communities, tribals, SCs, everyone holding hand to hand and making Mother India strong, so that we can once again show the world the strength of our civilization. That is the dream of Viksit Vikashit Bharat, or Viksit Bharat as we call it. And that is a very and even that's why Modi ji always says Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Prayas, Sabka Vishwas. The word sub is common, because it is inclusiveness. Yes. The inclusiveness, that is to stress on the inclusiveness, he says sub, so that no one is left out in our pursuit for excellence.
Absolutely. On that very sanguine note, Honorable Governor, thank you so much for joining us on Sansad TV.
Thank you.
Thank you.